Hi everybody, this is Christina at Scrapcraft and Stitchery, and today is the very last day that for working on the July Junk Journal Challenge for 2025. The prompt is book page. I think this is perhaps a very fitting ending for a junk journal challenge because so much of this is books. Plan for today, I think I just want to honor the book page. And I have other book pages, but I just got this book from the library and it has beautiful illustrations, beautiful artwork in it, and these I love because they're not glossy, and I really like it when it's matte and it's just book page. But this book, all of the text is in French, and it's got this pretty script, and all of the pages, well, I can't find any of them, and there are a lot of them in here, look like this. And these are the book pages that I think I'm going to use. And I want to make some layered pockets and some tags, and I probably will use some of this beautiful artwork as well. This book is called Sans Savant. Just play with these lovely book pages right now today, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're joining me, and let's go play. So I just trimmed some of the threads so that I can pull out just a couple pages out of this book and get them free pretty easily. And I cut them down to size to fit my journal, and here I am making a pocket for the right hand side of the page. And I was able to fold the page and get the top pocket and the bottom pocket I made with an extra piece of book page. And I folded one page to fit the left hand side to make a flip out. So there's kind of a tri-fold flip out page here. And then I ink these two elements, and they are glued directly into my journal. When I glue these down, the only tricky bit is making sure this bottom pocket is glued down only on the sides and the bottom. This makes a lovely background for the rest of the page. So here I'm fussy cutting out this ribbon element from the paper that I used for the page that I did yesterday. And here, this is a piece of the city scene from yesterday, and I inked around it just using a little bit of ink from my distress ink in Vintage Photo. And then I did this cool technique where I put some water on the page and then stamped onto it using the distress ink, which gives the stamped image kind of a blurred look, which I really like. I wanted something that looked very muted. So here I'm attaching that ribbon element, and I also place a brad here that's going to allow that flap to close. This is a really pretty decorative brad that I had in my stash. And then I am decorating the inside of this fold out element, and I just use the one of the pages had an illustration on it, and I used that, and I added some pieces of from a digikit, and as well as this is a piece of leftover pattern that I had from Antique Pattern. And so that pretty much completes that part, that element of the page. And now I'm making some tags which I'll decorate. I used my Imaginarium sticker book to find some stickers that went well with the page. I was keeping things really neutral color tones for this, and I used a lot of inking techniques, and here I have used my Stabilo all pencil to create an outline around this guy, and here I'm just pulling and letting that bloom, and then I go back in, and this is just painting on again. I'm using my Distress ink pad in Vintage Photo to add a little bit more brown neutral tone to this image. I really liked how this came out. And this was also a sticker from the book, and I used the Stabilo all pencil, and in this case I just smudged it out with my finger to kind of give it a little bit more subtle look. For the other tag, I am using the Distress ink on a piece of deli paper, and I've added some water to it and applied that directly to the tag. So this is my page, and it is very much book page. It's from this absolutely beautiful art book that I just got at the library. It was just done being in circulation in the library, and I found it in the secondhand bookshop, and the paper in this, I will use every single sheet of it because it is so beautiful. Just like a heavy, and it's got this beautiful French text. I guess I could put something here. I am not going to right now. I made 2 tags for this, and I inked these. I kept everything really neutral for this. I love how these came out though. I think they're just absolutely beautiful. I just used this sticker from my sticker book. This one is from Imaginarium, which is pretty widely available and fairly inexpensive, and I just decorated these with stickers or with some digikit that I had that I kind of felt like kept in the neutral realm. This, I pulled this because it's got the red that's in this, and this is leftover paper from yesterday, and this is actually kind of tying the page from day before in, and I fit so well. And so that's that, and you continue this. I did a lot of inking with the Distress ink and playing with that. This is a stamped image where I sprayed and then stamped, so it's like kind of muted and faded out, which I love that you can do that with these Distress inks, and you can do that with any water soluble ink really. Just stamp it onto some wet paper that you've sprayed, and then this opens, and this is a brad that I've attached, and then this is just more of the book page along with like a digikit that I printed out. And again, this is just some leftover imagery from the antique pattern page that I had, so I got to use up several projects worth of leftovers and take them, and they were so beautiful that I really wanted to do that. But and this is again just from the image that I had from the book, and I made it into a tag, and it's just provided the most beautiful background. I'm just stunned with how beautiful this book is to work with. I mean, these tags came out so beautifully, and I am so happy. That completes my book for the July Junk Journal Challenge. I really love the way this turned out. The whole book. I'm going to do a flip through. This is the last page. This is the beginning again. So thank you so much if you have joined my channel during this time. Thank you so much. It's been great. Doing this challenge has been wonderful. I will continue to post. I post on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays generally. I have a couple of ongoing journals that I'm working in that I'm really excited to get back to because I haven't had time to work in them, and I'm starting a new one actually, so look for that, as well as other posts. I might have days where I'm making ephemera and stuff like tags and book dangles for my journals, and those are a lot of fun too. I have learned a lot over the course of this month. This has been great. I have learned so much, and I'm so grateful to everybody who has been a part of this, and I'm kind of a little sad to see it go, and I'm also super excited to be moving on to new and exciting things. So thank you for joining me, and look for the flip through and see what I've done in this journal, because I never suspected that this book was going to look like this when I was done, because this is not what it looked like when I began. And so I'm going to sign off. So stitch scrappily and scrap happily, and I will see you in the coming weeks and months. Bye!